This is the Cats and Pudding Podcast. A melting pot of pudding. And now, here's Jen.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Cats and Pudding. And today, oh my goodness, I have one of my favorite people. And you know what? We only just met in real life a couple of weeks ago. We were following each other, and I was admiring you. You were admiring my stuff. We just are mutual friends, and I just love that you're here today. Miss Andrea Lopez, here she is.
Thank you for having me. I know, long time coming. And it's so funny with social media. You follow people for a long time. You have 1,000 mutual friends.
Yep.
And then we're finally making it happen. So
I love it.
Amazing.
I'm so glad.
Me too.
And the first time we met in real life, we went to this wonderful brunch, right? How much fun did we have?
Jen, what was... No. I love when people just tell me like one word, like it's going to be a brunch. And you can go a lot of places with that, right? But it went way on the other side.
Yeah, it was.
You guys know the High Lawn, right?
It was something. It was the High Lawn, yeah.
The High Lawn is an amazing event space. It was something. And they try out these new brunch things, and everybody buys a ticket. I mean, one moment you're chewing on a delicious shrimp cocktail. The next moment, a party robot's coming out and dancing in people's faces. I'm like, where are we?
And what about those great women who are at the other table? The women in Chanel suits, twerking.
People
amazing.
Were getting down on you want to have a fun brunch. High Lawn does it great, but yeah, it's all the different people that bought
my podcast. High Lawn, seriously.
No, we will talk up those brunches because we could do an entire podcast episode just about that brunch. But yeah, there was a fantastic woman in a Chanel suit, and she had her hair all nice. She was stunning, but she was popping.
Oh my!
She was booty popping on the dance floor with that Chanel suit.
Popping. She was my hero. She was your hero. I think she was everybody in there's hero that day. It was great.
She made for a great brunch. Yeah.
And I got my friend to sing. Remember, I asked the DJ for the microphone, and he's like, you sing? And I go, no, I can't sing.
For me.
I said, maybe if you wanted me to sing like Janis Joplin or something, then we'd be all right. But no, give it to my friend. Made her sing.
So good.
We danced. That was a great day.
A great, fun day. That really was.
Our first in real life introduction was at this wonderful brunch, which was great. So now we're glued together for life because of that brunch.
Yeah. Soul sisters for life. Okay, men were thirsty that day, coming from every direction. I was like, again, where are we? These men.
It was
like they unleashed something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
At least we got some
stories.
We had some stories, and we got some nice champagne out of it too.
Nice champagne,
right?
Shared a little dom. Yeah, it was a good day.
And tequila too, I think. And I don't even drink. I was just appreciating the whole thing coming across the table. I'm like, wow, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, you did very well because the bottles were pouring.
They were pouring. And we had a good time.
It was a good time.
Right?
Yeah.
And you from everything, I mean, I just love your impersonations. I think they're so funny. I think that you are so talented and so beautiful and you're just like down to earth. I just love your whole energy. No, I mean, even like not meeting you in real life, but I just could tell you had such a great energy to you. And I go, I'm going to love this girl. I'm going to meet her in real life and I'm going to love her. You're my daughter and your daughter, my daughter and you are almost the same age. You're a little bit younger than my oldest and a little bit older than my middle. So I'm like, you're just,
I'm right in the middle. I'm in that stage in life. Yeah. So we were talking about that a little bit. It was like, what are your daughters dating? What's that look like? I need some good advice. But yeah, it's funny. I've been in this like inner circle of whether it's like Jersey friends or I'm friends with Nicole Peepas, who's the trainer.
We love her.
And everybody's all connected. It's amazing. But I really have found like a good community of people. And you're involved, and you're in that. You're in the group of amazing people.
I feel so happy that I'm in the group. I love it.
Yeah. Jersey's been great. I moved there. I wasn't in Jersey, but I feel like there is such a big Jersey, Staten Island. Everything besides the city. There are so many people. This is such a huge place, and I'm happy to be here. Yeah, I've been kind of all over the place. I was Brooklyn, then I moved back to DC, where I'm from. Moved to Jersey. Then I moved to LA for a little bit, and then now I finally find myself back in the Jersey area.
In the Jersey area. What? Yeah. How was it growing up in DC? I love DC. I mean,
do you?
I do. I like DC. Yeah, I do. I enjoy it. There's a vibe.
There definitely is.
There's a vibe there.
I knew that I didn't want to end up and kind of raise a family or start my professional career there, only because it's so
political there.
Political. You're doing a lot of, it's like lawyers, policies, nonprofits. And I always knew that I wanted to go into radio, TV, something in the media industry. So I have tons of family back in DC. I was just there this past weekend celebrating birthdays. So I have family there and I can always go back and visit. But it was an amazing place. I mean, it's so historical. It has so much history.
And it's a beautiful place. I mean,
it's
the buildings are beautiful.
Yes, the monuments. There's not a lot of tall buildings, so it's different from New York because they want the monuments to stand out. Mm-hmm. So it's a very Parisian kind of layout. And then, we have things like the cherry blossoms, which are gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, and the water, the tidal basin. There's a lot of good stuff.
The Capitol. I love I always call it the Forrest Gump.
The tidal pool.
The tidal pool. Yeah, it's not really Forrest. That's not really called that.
But that's a big scene in
that
movie. Yeah,
run in there. Oh my God.
Yeah, when he sees Jenny
running through.
Yeah.
Yep. I was
just saying I have to watch that movie again because it's such a feel good movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I that and I watch Shawshank Redemption every year. I have to always watch.
I gotta watch Shawshank. Oh, you know what? My Shawshank time is coming up. Your what? My Shawshank. Every year I gotta watch Shawshank Redemption. No, this is. I haven't told her, but after 30 minutes with somebody, I can usually do somewhat of an impression. That's going in yours. I'm building the Jennifer archive right now. I always watch Shawshank Redemption once a year. It's my annual watch.
I love it.
Forrest Gump and Shawshank. Those are the two bigs.
Two big ones. Yeah. Once a year. Shawshank and Shawshank and Forrest Gump. That was a great impression of me. I loved it.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. I'm building it.
And the readers you did.
Oh, and her glasses. Yeah, the readers. Well, that's going in there too.
My grandmother used to say that, so now I say it now too. It's so funny.
I'm noticing certain parts of my mom and my grandmother's are coming through me, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm turning into them. And then have people ever said to you, oh my gosh, you remind me of your grandmother? You are.
You are them.
You're a direct result. People say to me all the time, I don't look like my mom. My mom is blonde, and she has pretty olive skin because she's a little Dominican, but she's mostly German, Swedish, Norwegian. And then my dad is Mexican. So we don't look alike necessarily. I have certain traits, but I look more like my dad. So it's so funny when people are like, oh my God, you sound just like your mom. And I'm thinking, really? I think we're so different, but yeah, I noticed certain things that I said.
But you're not, because there's certain parts of you
that are totally
just her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That.
Absolutely.
And I bet you, just funny that your perception, do you do an impersonation of your mom and your dad?
It's funny. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll do it for them. It's very much like what we do at dinners. We just like impersonate our families, and we make jokes about our old neighbors, and it's all in good fun. But yeah, my mom, whenever she's on the phone, she's like, oh my God, Andrea, I have to tell you about a dream that I just had. She's very spiritual. So every day she's like, I just had a dream. And now I've been living with them as they just moved. I'm helping them kind of like move into the new house. And so every morning she comes with a revelation. She's like, I was in the shower and I had a thought. Yesterday at 11:11, I thought about your aunt who passed, and I cooked rice. She has some crazy ass relation things
with rice.
Something will, like, she'll have a vision or some realization, and she has to tell me. She's like, and you know what that means? That we need to go play the lottery, and we need to play the numbers of your aunt's birthday. I mean, like the result of whatever the vision she has, it's hilarious. But I'll do an impression of her with those type of, Andrea, I had a revelation. It's like, okay. Right.
Does she like when you do the impressions of her? Does she laugh?
Oh, she does. She does. I'm very thankful that I got my sense of humor from my family. And when we all get together, all we do is just laugh and tell old stories, and that's a big part of who I am, for sure.
It's in that, but there's not that's a big part of who I am. And I know that you're Mexican Americans, Italian American.
Yeah.
I think are very similar.
Yes. Yeah. Totally.
So I feel like, that it's just, we are multi-generational people, and we get from our families, it's I'm sure your abuela, right? Abuela.
Yeah.
Was with you, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that was a big part of your life, being with your grandparents.
Totally.
And your parents. And, I think it's great, and I think it's important. And they made you who you are. You know, their influence and it's impacted, I'm sure, your life.
Absolutely. Whoever you grow up with, you know, if you're blessed enough to grow up with a strong family unit, they are so much a part of you.
And you have brothers and sisters.
Yes, I've got an older brother who I'm very close with. He's actually 10 years older than me. So he's as much as he's at a different stage in his life, I've looked up to him my entire life. What he's done, now we're very different. He's a very analytical, he's smart. He's got the finance brain, he's got the math brain. I've always been more creative,
you're the middle one.
And creative.
You're the middle?
And there's only two of us, so it's just my brother and
So you're
then
the
me.
middle yet younger.
Yes, I'm the baby as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're still kind of, because it's usually the baby or the middle is always the
more creative brain.
And funnier
Yeah.
one. Because we have to draw in the attention.
Right.
Right?
I've got to stand out somehow. Yeah, of course. Yes. But it is funny. I'm sure you come from, Italians are also very loud or very expressive.
Oh, my God.
So I'm grouping myself in. But Latin and Italian cultures, that's very much a part of it. You know, you have to like express yourself some way. And we were just having a conversation with our friends, but she was explaining that, yeah, we're not fighting. We're just drinking coffee together and talking. We're just having a conversation.
My friend came up from Pennsylvania with her daughter, and they're like, she was from the South. She's from Georgia originally, but now they live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And she's like that typical, bless your heart, and very mild-mannered. And they come to my house, and the daughter is watching me and my kids, like just at my island, they're talking.
Yes.
And she's like, Mom, why are they yelling at each other? Why are they fighting? And I'm like, and I hear her say this to her. I start laughing. I go, no, honey. I said, this is just the way we talk. I said, we're not yelling.
Morning conversation.
I said, this is just a regular conversation. But she didn't. She at first she was like a little like, and then she loved it. Like she loved the whole like the dynamic and loved like the flamboyantness of it. And you know, and she's like, what are we going back to their house, Mom?
Yes, it's addicting. It's like that, you just see the energy that's there. It's very much, but it's funny how cultures can kind of be similar.
Yeah.
You know, without.
We're definitely similar.
Oh, yeah.
How did your grandparents grow up in the house with you? Like, did you grow up in the house with them too?
Yes, I grew up with one of my grandmothers, and then my other grandmother lived very close. So everybody was in D.C. within a neighborhood of each other. So I was very blessed in that way. But both my grandmothers were single mothers. They raised their whole families. So I definitely saw those, matriarchal figures in my life are strong. So I wouldn't say that's why I've had no successful relationships, but maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, why is that? Yeah, that could definitely be. No, but yeah, it's interesting, you know? Yeah.
And you were in a relationship for a while. Though.
Yes. Yeah. My whole 20s, actually, I was in relationships. So I had 2 long-term relationships, which were my entire 20s. This is the longest I've been single since I was 21. So in 10 years, I'm 31 now, and I had a very, very painful breakup in June with somebody I thought I was going to marry.
Yeah.
You know, and when things don't necessarily work out and you're in 2 different stages in life, when you think you're on the same stage, but you're really not, that can be... Yeah, that can completely break up a relationship. So,
but you know what? It's better that you know now that you weren't ready than if you did get married and then God forbid it doesn't work out.
Right.
And then that's even worse. Even worse.
Yes, I think because you're in it for longer, and that's only more painful when it does come to an end. So, I wish him all the best. And what's funny is, that's your best friend for, I don't know, years and years.
Yeah.
And you're just supposed to,
and then all of a sudden you just lose that best friend.
You lose that best friend. So this is the biggest learning curve I've had in my love life, for sure, was this last like 8 months.
Yeah.
It's almost been a year. I'm like doing the math now, and I'm like, God. So I would say I have learned a lot, but at the same time, you're kind of just like taking it day by day. Some days are harder than others, but the dating, especially in this area, New York, is very hard.
It's hard. Listen, and I think we were just talking about in the last podcast. It's so much different for you guys to date now.
Yeah.
Than it was for us. Like, like I said, my daughters are in your age group, and I always feel sorry. I felt sorry for them because I'm like, how are they going to meet somebody like when I was younger? We met when we went out to a club, we went out to a bar, normal. Yeah. Nobody had phones. It was just interactions. You met somebody through somebody else, and because everybody went out. And everybody was out. Now
and that was the point.
That was it. They went out to go find their soulmate or find that girlfriend or that girlfriend for right now, like for whatever reason. Now everybody's stuck to this or to a screen.
Yep.
It's very hard to transcend that. That situation into a relationship because now you have to really talk to somebody. Do you find it hard to talk to men now in this day and age?
A little bit because we talked about people's attention spans, and I'm very conversational. Like, I love talking to people. So it's always been my goal to
You're
meet.
like me. I love to conversate.
I love to, oh my God. I love small talk. If you talk to me, I can't not talk to you. I'll be in a public space and I see somebody, I'm like, oh, I could go talk to them about this.
Like, I bet you if you're in a supermarket, you'll just strike up a conversation with somebody.
I annoy myself. I'm like, shut your mouth. You don't have to talk to somebody about their choice in beans. Like, I'll be picking out milk. I'm like, oh, your almond milk? Same. Like, it's like, why do you have to say that? Shut up. But so for me, I don't find it that hard to start up a conversation. It's just once you get to that point, you're like, you finally see somebody that's attractive. I struggle with them not having the same level of outgoingness or personality that I'm able to bring. So I'm thinking, oh my God, where am I going to meet people? Because people's people skills have definitely deteriorated, whether that was from COVID or that was from everybody just relying on the phones. I mean,
I think COVID did a big number on it too.
Totally,
For some reason, something switched in people during COVID, and I noticed that, especially in the kids. My youngest was in high school at that time, and it's different.
Completely,
it's different.
They're so much more accustomed to communicating on a screen, so when they get face to face, they don't even know how to keep eye contact. It's weird for them.
And they get very weirded out when you're trying to have a conversation with them.
Ew, this is weird.
Like, oh my God, why are you talking to me? Like, why? Please don't talk to me. Like, or they have their head down, or it's like this. Like, and I tell my kids, I'm like, guys, lift your head up. Like, let's sit at the table and talk.
Yeah, it comes down to the parents wanting to instill that in their kids
and I'm
still.
listening. I'm guilty of being on the phone too. I'm bad. I really am. But lately, I try to at night put it down, and I have to put it down.
Yeah, there has to be a limit
because it's too much stimulation. Number one,
absolutely,
and it's like you have to have this human interaction with people. And I felt like at one point, the only human interaction I was having is on my podcast talking to my guests.
Yeah.
At one point, because I'm like, we're always on the phone and always posting videos, doing this, doing that, whether it's for your business, whether it's for you to put, increase your social media.
Yep.
You're always doing something, and this is always like you're attached to this.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for you guys because it's got to be hard. It's got to be hard.
It is hard, and also people just have so many options. Humans are not supposed to have this many options. You go into a grocery store, it's like 50 toothpaste to choose from. I'm like, guys, I can't even walk into Target anymore because I'm just so overstimulated. I'm like, just make a decision. I don't know. Can I choose between the Cottonelle toilet paper or... Like, seriously, I'm like, can somebody just make a decision? Every day I'm just like, overloaded with decisions and too many choices. So I think that also people struggle with dating because there's just too many options. You know what I mean?
I think there's way too many options.
So
I agree with you. I think that especially with dating, I think that I think it's more for guys and girls that even though girls are bad, I think that guys, when they have too much variety, who are they? They don't need to be faithful to somebody.
Absolutely not.
Because
it's too easy for them.
It's too easy for them, right? If they have too much variety. And I feel like now girls allow them to get away with so much more. Like when I was younger, and if a guy, I'd be like, go fuck it. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I would. That's it. I'm not putting up with this shit. See you later. Goodbye. But I feel like girls, as much as we're supposed to be the feminines and the feminine rising,
we're still giving in to this bullshit.
Right. And worse, because now you guys are like, oh, okay, well, I understand because there's so much for. No.
Yeah. Right. You need to still put your foot down.
No, don't put your foot down. I mean, don't not put your foot down.
Yeah.
Put that foot down and say, well, it's bullshit.
We're so scared, though, of like losing that potential partner that we're willing to accept so much more bullshit. That's the problem. It's like, well, I found this one guy and he kind of fits like most of my criteria, which, you know, I take criteria with a grain of lightly, but I'm saying you're like, all right, well, he's pretty good compared to the other.
With a pulse, that's the criteria.
Right. I'm like, trust me, it's not that long of a list. Like if you're like a pretty nice guy, but I think, we're willing to accept a lot more because it's so much harder to find somebody to kind of relate to on a deeper level. Also, people don't have really good values anymore. I don't know. We've just all become so relaxed as a society. We're just accepting whatever because we're scared to be alone. It's scared to be alone in this world.
It is scary to be alone.
It's crazy. So all my friends that are now married, they're at completely different stages in their lives. I look at them and sometimes I do get really sad because I'm thinking, well, shit, what? My life is like going real fast past me, and I'm still trying to, you know, make a name for myself.
Still young.
And I am. 31 is not old by any means, especially in our today's day and age. People are waiting a lot longer, and that's great. So I am so happy for my friends that are in that stage of their life, but I am looking at myself like, all right, you know.
You're like, but you know what? But you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to say this, and I say this to my kids. My daughter she was supposed to get married last year, and she broke off her wedding. And I said she's a little bit older, my oldest. She's going to be 34. And she's like, am I going to find somebody? Blah, blah. I said, I want to tell you this. You can meet somebody tomorrow and know. You don't have to wait a year for them. If you know somebody after being with them for 6 months, 6 months, you know that person.
Yep.
You're going to know if that's the right person for you because now you're older and you know what you're looking for.
Right.
That's it.
You don't have to go through these 4 years, 5 years of dating.
That's it. You don't have to do that anymore because you know what? At this point in your life, you're mature enough to know what you want in your life. Now you're not a kid. You're not. You're out of college and now you're doing. Now you're in the real world.
Yep.
So it's a little bit easier to, and especially if you move in with somebody right away, then you really know them. That's it. Yes. That's all you have to do. Move in with them.
Yeah.
Then you know that person. Seriously. But people will show you who they are very quickly. Yep. And I think, you'll find them and it'll be quick. You don't have to have this long courtship. You might find, and you have to be with somebody for 6 years.
Yeah.
By the way, if somebody's going to be engaged you for 6 years at 35 years old, then you need to dump them anyway because that means they're not ready.
Way too long.
Right. They're taking way too long and they're not ready for commitment. So if they're not ready to say, hey, after a year, yeah, I think I'm ready to take the next step maybe next year. Then see you later, take it easy, bye.
Yeah.
Then move on to the next one. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
So you got to do it if you don't know by that, and that's the secret. And most women don't know that, but I'm telling you the secret.
Oh yeah.
Your age don't know that, but that's the secret.
Yes.
You know it. You're gonna know it right away, and that's it. So it'll happen, and it could happen. You could be walking right out of here one day, like today, and you could meet somebody and bump into them, and
it's true.
That's it. And it could happen, and it will. It will. You got to keep yourself open for it.
When the time is right. Yes, exactly. I mean, I have tons of friends. I love their advice. They're always like, you know what? Just do you. When you least expect it, you're Prince Charming. I'm like, Charlotte, I get it. I know what you're trying to say. But yeah, I mean, I'm in this new phase of just focusing on whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm very family oriented, so it's a lot of putting my family first, putting my career first, putting all my goals and ambitions first. And then somewhere along the line, the love will find you.
Next.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
it's going to be a long time to get there though.
But you know what? Think about how hard it is for women though. Like women have it so much harder than men. We have to go to college, figure a career, have a baby, get married, have a baby, or have a baby, get married. This day and age doesn't even matter anymore. That's just what doesn't matter. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? But we have to do that in a 10 to 12 year period. Men, they don't have to do that shit. They're not. They're
really as concerned as we are.
No, we're more concerned because we have a shelf life, unfortunately, and we still do as much as good as we still look.
Yep.
Let's be honest. Nobody wants to date a cat when they could get a kitten.
That's true.
I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. I am sorry.
I haven't heard that one. I like that one.
It's true. They don't want a cat. They want a kitten. And that's the truth. So we have it so much harder than they do in men. You know,
yeah, definitely.
Will date. I mean, I don't know if it's as frowned upon as this. I mean, I know I would never date anybody younger than me, that much younger than me, because I would feel very creepy dating somebody my kid's age because I would feel like a pedophile. But men, you know, date women younger than them all the time.
Yeah.
But they can still have babies in their 40s and 50s, and that's okay. First of all, we're tired. I wouldn't want to have a baby when I was 50.
Shop is closed. Yeah.
If I ever got pregnant now, I see these women like, oh my God, I just got pregnant at 50. I go, lady, get the fuck out of here.
Tired?
Oh my, I'm just tired. I want to be a grandmother now. I couldn't, if I ever got, I would just jump right off the building head first into the cement if I ever got pregnant at this age. You know, just because we weren't meant to have babies that to past a certain age. I think you know, mid-30s going into your 40s, okay. But when you start getting into the late, so you do have, there is a time frame that you want just because your body's tired.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
Your body's letting you know.
But you know, like, hey, babe, I have to carry this thing around for 9 months. Like, I need that. So, but you still got a 10-year gap, 12 years. You got time. So you still could do it. So there's not that much, too much pressure. Right. But women do have it harder than men. And we still do. And that's where where it comes in. And meeting them.
It's the price of being a woman.
It's the price of being. But I'd rather be a woman much more than I would rather be a man. Sorry, I would. I think we're a smarter species.
Oh, we are. Of course.
So smart.
Of course. Men love to think they're in control, but it's like, well, you came from us, so
that is true. And you know what? Behind every strong man is their strong woman.
True.
And they need that strong woman behind them to be successful, which is very true.
Also very true.
But I love that you're traditional for your age, because do you find that too? Do you find that women are different now, like in your age group?
I do. I think in cities, it also depends on where you live. So a lot of women that live in larger cities, they have a different viewpoint. They definitely they're very career oriented, and that makes sense. You came to a big city to excel and do what you want to do. So I have family that lives in Texas, and it's so funny. Everybody's at a different stage. Like 20s, you get married, you have babies you have all your kids by 25.
Yeah.
So I think it's location based. It depends on where you live. But yeah, I still think I'm very traditional in that sort of sense. I grew up, both my parents worked, but my mom always prioritized like being a mom. She wanted to be home for the kids. She had a daycare in our home so she could be home and raising my brother and myself while also working full time.
I love that.
So she made it work. Yeah. There was always kids around.
So that's, you know what? Yeah. But that's what I love about being a woman, because I say, I don't want to be a man and I have to work 100 hours a week because I have to. I want to do it because I want to do it, not because I have to. I would
feel pressured into that.
Yes, I do it, and right now I have my business and I love it, but I don't want to be that. I want to be. My kids will come first, and I still want to be treated like a lady. Yep. I still want my door open for me. I want to be put on a pedestal. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. People say, you're not a feminist. No, I am a feminist, because we should be put on a pedestal, and men should worship us. I'm sorry, but they should. They should worship us. We should open the door for us. They should be Colodro in the Bronx telling make sure that they flip the button up and open that door for us to get in. Because that just shows the sign of a character for a man to know that a woman should be elevated. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Chivalry is not dead. There are still men that do open doors for you. I still see that, and I love it. Even when sometimes when kids call me ma'am, I want to get mad and punch them in the face, but I'm like, because don't fucking call me ma'am. But I'm like, okay, it's all right. They're still being respectful. So I can't get mad. Yeah. Like, society wants me to get mad at them because, like, why are you calling me ma'am? No, but you know what? There's a sign of respect that they're calling me that. It's okay. I'm old enough to be a ma'am. I need respect then. Open the fucking door for me. If the ma'am comes with you opening the door, I'll take it.
I'll take it then. If you want to call me ma'am, that's all right.
It's a give and a take, yeah.
What have you been doing as far as your social media is great. I love your impersonations.
Thank you. Yes. More so now I'm developing vertical series. So the new thing, I think that, I mean, it's always going to be comedy. I'm still auditioning, whether that's roles. I actually am in a new movie. It's coming out in select theaters. It's called Influenced.
Okay.
It's written and also stars Jill Kargman, and I play Pilates instructor. So it's coming
That's
out
so
in
funny.
2 months, I think.
I love that.
But yeah, so that was really fun to do, and I'm hoping that leads to more roles, whether that's, I don't know, small or large. But I'm auditioning for a lot of comedy roles, but then also I'm interested in a little bit more serious roles. I would love to do a little CSI, a little Law and Order. I mean, those are always fun to go into because that's a classic. I mean, but yes, like I said, I'm writing more vertical series and developing series for brands, and I think brands are kind of getting into the more scripted space. So that's always been my goal. I started with Comedy Central working on digital sketches, and so I'm using that and taking it over to the brand side because I work with a lot of brands. You know, you do a lot of influencer. That pays the bills, and that's really fun. And so I've been able to kind of combine all my worlds, and that's now what I'm working on. So
I love that. Did you take acting classes too?
Well, actually, it's funny. I was in acting classes for a little bit, and now I'm on a pause. But you have to continue your craft at all times.
Yes.
Like whenever Denzel Washington, he's like famous for still taking acting classes. Keep yourself fresh.
Listen, my friend Catherine Narducci, she's in the actor studio
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
I got very lucky. I got to go to the actor studio.
How was that?
It was an experience. It was pretty cool.
It is really cool.
I'm going to take a workshop. I do
do it
take
with
acting
you.
classes. I do take them now. I do them once a week, Zoom, with an acting coach who's really good, Dennis White. He's awesome. He's been in. Hi, Dennis. Shout out to Dennis.
I'm gonna get in there with him.
He's
next.
really good.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of movies, a lot of scripted series. And now I'm going to take a workshop in the summertime. So I'm excited.
Nice.
You know what it is? I think the workshops are because obviously I work full time because I have a
course.
business. So when you do acting classes, you got to be there. Sometimes they're at 12 hours a day every day.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to pay the bills.
Right.
If I was
Somebody's got to keep the lights on.
If I was 20 years old and I was still living home with my parents, I
Right.
could do that. Or if I was independently wealthy and, you
do it for fun,
I
right.
could just go do it for fun every day.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I fall in between those two.
Yep.
So I still have to work.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to start, I'm going to do a 6-week course in the summertime and do it. I think it's like 6 hours a day. So I'm going to do it. But they said you could do it at any time during the day, so I could still work and then either go at night or go in the morning. So
Yeah.
if I have to go to see patients to pay the bills,
Absolutely,
then I could do that. But I think it's important. You know, I think for actors,
Oh yeah. You got it's a skill. It's like a muscle. You just have to keep on working
you have
it.
to do it.
Yeah.
You have to. I really do believe in some kind of training because you really have to know how to throw. You have to do a line and to understand the concept. You know, some people could naturally act, but not really. I think you have to develop the craft. I mean, you really have to.
There's some talent that will just be transcending from all, the Leonardo DiCaprios, the Brad Pitts, the Denzels. They're born with something, but yeah, it is a skill that can be worked over time for sure. I've always felt that. I was born with the gift of reading somebody's body language and like picking it up, and I can impersonate them.
Yeah.
But that's also a skill that you really have to work at too. It's not just, I think you can be born with certain skills that can help you become like a tremendous actor. But then there's also the skills that are completely learned, and they're worked on over years and years and years.
Did you ever go to like a comedic class or anything like that? Did you ever?
I never did. It was more like workshops. Impressions, I was only a hobby for mine. It was a passion. I loved to impersonate my friends, my teachers, old, grandparents. And then it wasn't until in 2019 I had made an Instagram for it. And I was discovered by a casting director for this like comedy show. That's how I got representation, was from that whole experience. But until then, I wasn't taking it seriously, like an actual skill that I could live off of. I was like, there's no way I would take this anywhere. But so now it's my goal that I have a little bit more. I'm single now. I can give my attention to a lot of things that I've always wanted to. And I think, I would love to take more actual like comedy classes where I could like hone in on that skill. Whether that's stand-up. I mean, stand-up is just an amazing skill to have, just public speaking, being more confident. Those are all things you learn in taking a stand-up class, I think. For sure.
I mean, you would be a great comedian. Do you want to be a stand-up? Would you do stand-up comedy?
You know, I used to do stand-up. I started when I was 17 in high school. I remember there was this little club near my house, and my parents would take me after school, and I would do stand-up. My mom said, this is what you're going to do. We've decided. And, you know, as time went on, I think in my early 20s, I started to get really, really nervous, and I didn't love it anymore. So I definitely would go back to it, but I don't know if I'm not up for the extremely taxing life that goes with touring. And when you see
it's hard.
It's very, very hard, and you have to have.
And it's very competitive.
Extremely competitive. And you have to be willing to put years into it. I mean, the Nikki Glazers, I mean, I can name 1,000 comedians that I'm absolutely in love with, but you know, Nikki Glazer didn't get the well-deserved fame that she has now and years into the industry. You know what I mean?
Like 20 years, right?
20 years, and now she's getting the recognition that honestly I feel like she always should have had within like 5 years of working. But now she's booking the huge roles and the hosting the award shows, which is incredible, as she should. But it took years.
Yeah,
it really did.
It takes time.
Painstaking. You have to be married to that, I think. And so I'm willing, I want to work in comedy, but I don't know if that means writing comedy or acting. But the stand-up, I think I've given up on that like touring dream.
Yeah. But that's part of the comedy. You have to do the touring to get up there.
Absolutely.
It's like you can't jump this turnstile with that.
Yeah, right.
That you have to do
over.
that. You have to put the bones in. And comics, I'm around a lot of comics, and they'll say, oh, well, so-and-so hasn't been in the clubs this long. Why are they doing? Right. Because there's been a lot of also social media people who are out doing comedy shows that were never comedians, and they're getting the real comics are saying, oh, why are they doing this? But if you think about it, they get the people that are their fans on social media to come see them.
Yes.
So that's why they're able to do that. But now if they were really out there doing comedy, are their comedy shows really that funny to
the point where they should be having those huge audiences?
Right.
Yeah.
To the point, it's or are they just giving themselves to just a specific audience? You know what it is.
They have to prove themselves, and there's ways of doing that, just continuing repetition and doing the shows. But my goal has always been a one-woman show where I'm able to do my voices, do my original characters, do a little bit of stand-up, because that's from my past. So I think that would be like my goal that I'm working on.
To do a one-woman show. I think you'd be awesome in a one-woman show.
It mixes a lot of stuff. It's more of like a theatrical one-woman show where you have a bunch of stuff that compiles all of my previous. I've had my hands in a lot of different things in the media industry. News reporting, radio, podcasting, voiceover work, you name it. So I think this would be like the culmination of all that put together. Be like the Andrea Lopez show, and then it's just me with 1,000 wigs coming out and doing different things.
I love it. It'd be like you
sketches.
Doing Saturday Night Live on your own.
Exactly. So that's in the works. That's always been, I've written parts of it, but I got to put it together, and I think, that's for
gonna
sure
be,
in the
that's
future.
going to be the end goal.
Yes.
That's what you want to do.
Yes,
I think that would be great.
Yeah, I would have so much fun with that, and I've just never taken the time. I mean, you really have to want, that has to be like the one goal that you work on. So because I have my head in so many different places, but for sure in the next like 3 years, that's my goal.
That's your goal, is to start that and execute that.
And see it through. Yes. Yeah.
And you will.
Yeah.
You weren't ready. Now you'll be ready. You got to do it when you're ready, because if you don't do it before you're ready, it's not going to work.
It won't work, yeah.
And then you're not going to be happy doing it. You want to do it when you're ready, and you want to do it because then it'll succeed. Because if you're not, look, jack of all trades, master of none, right?
Yes.
Not saying that you're not brilliant at everything you do.
It stands very true.
But if you have hands in so many different things, something is going to fall short, right? Where if you just focused on that one thing, that's going to propel you into where you want to be, you know? So, that's I mean, now in my life, as I'm older now, so now my business is kind of, my business is there, it's successful, so now I can do other things where I can focus on something else that I enjoy doing. Is it going to be, I don't know where it's going to take me right now, but at this point, I don't care where it takes me. If it's making me happy doing it, I'm happy, because I'm a lot older than you, so I'm just doing it. That's because it's going to make me have fun. Or I enjoy doing it, and you got to do. That's what you have to do too. That you get to that situation in your life, that time in your life when you're ready to focus on that one thing, and you'll do it.
Yes,
and you will. And that's exciting. What about, are you still doing the podcast?
Yes, we took a little bit of a summer break, and now we're kind of repurposing it. So it's Big Wigs podcast with my co-host Anna Roisman. She does a lot of stand-up. She's incredible. She's also a woman of many things. And so yeah, we've been doing the podcast for a while now. It's really fun. We utilize our voices, so it's a lot of characters. Whenever she does impressions as well. So whenever we have a character that's in the news for whatever reason, we play it out.
Yeah, I love it.
And that's been so fun. She does Kris Jenner. I do Kourtney Kardashian. She does Fran Drescher. I do Jennifer Coolidge. So we have a lot of characters that kind of mesh together, and it's really fun to put them in the same room together.
Who's your favorite character that you impersonate?
That I impersonate?
Yeah.
You know, it changes. But recently, I've had so much fun doing Teresa Giudice, and that's because a lot of people, in Jersey, they know it so
her,
well,
right,
yeah,
'cause they know
and so
her.
it's been really fun. But from the reality TV world, I would say her, and then Sofia Vergara for a long time. I have a lot of fun with her too, because she's all over the place.
Yeah.
She's doing AGT.
I know she's
Skechers.
everywhere.
She has an empanada line with her Samanolo. She has panties in Walmart. I mean, I do it all. I love her because, God damn it, she will do it all. She's got sponsorships out of the butt.
Yeah,
like, she's amazing.
she is amazing.
She's
like,
such a star. Yeah.
Nicole Kidman, and Jamie Lee Curtis are all over the place.
Yes, superstars.
The three of them lately, the last 3 years,
Yeah.
That's all you see, the three of them.
Definitely.
Everywhere, they're in everything.
Yeah.
All and everywhere. It's so funny. I love Sophia. She's
love
beautiful,
her. Oh my God,
and
beautiful.
she's
Yeah.
ever since she was on what was
Modern
it?
Family.
Oh my God.
So good.
Modern
So
Family.
good.
Great fucking show.
Yeah.
I mean, Al from Married with Children was her husband on
Yeah.
this show.
Yeah.
I mean, Al Bundy was
Al
her
Bundy.
husband. That was my generation that they
Yeah.
couldn't have a show like that today because it would insult too many people.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. But Modern Family was kind of like that new family
Yes.
dynamic comedy drama type of show. Sitcom.
Loved that.
So good. Yeah. I mean, that would be
Great for you.
Talk about a dream job would be landing one of those things that like goes
Yeah.
from seasons and seasons, and you develop such a character from that show. Oh my God.
Like I could see you being on a
Cool.
show like that.
Oh my God. Yes. Thank you. That'd be
I
a dream.
could. I
Yeah.
could see you being on something like that.
You just got to
For sure.
keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Just when you think, I mean, this industry is full of ups and downs, but even in your lowest moments, you just have to keep reminding yourself, you're going to get that call soon. There's going to be a new opportunity. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who you're going to meet that leads you to somewhere else. It's just all about the connections and just continuing.
It's so true.
How many times I've had to have that pep talk with myself? Oh my God.
Well, you know what? And you're still young, so you have time. You still have your whole life ahead of you, where you're gonna. You do. You have you have a lot more ahead than you have behind. I have a lot more behind than I have ahead. So I'm in a different frame of my life.
You got a lot more ahead too.
So I'm gonna be like throwing.
And you got stories.
I got stories for sure.
Yeah.
I should just do a storytelling show because
You
the
should.
stories that I could tell.
Yeah.
In my accent and the way I am, it would be. I have great stories. So
Put it in stories. That's what it should be.
I'm gonna do it one day when I have time to sit down and actually think about it and do it. I'll do that one day.
Yeah.
Maybe like in
You
4
let
or
me know.
5
I'll
years.
produce it. Yeah.
I would
Absolutely.
love. Well, you know what? Because you'll be the big wig on TV. I'm gonna be going, Andrea, you gotta come over. I got my readers.
Listen,
and you gotta help me out with the script. All right.
Put on Shawshank Redemption. I'll be right over with the Cabernet. So that's all you need to say.
That's it, and you'll be right
Jen,
over.
I'm right over. I'm driving over in the Lambo. Hold on.
I'll make the sauce. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got the meatballs. All right.
Now, do you say sauce or gravy? I always have to
I
ask
say sauce.
Italians. All right. Okay.
Sauce.
All right.
Gravy's brown.
My Philly.
Gravy is brown. Whoever says gravy, it is. When I think of gravy, I think of brown. That is not sauce. Sauce is red.
Nothing. You want to get an Italian moving around and saying you want to get their personality out. That's all the question you have to ask.
That's
Because
it.
my Philly Italians,
Because it pisses people
they
off.
say
It's
gravy. Oh yeah, gets their panties up in a bunch, gets them riled up.
Forget about it.
They get
It's
yeah.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Like you get them, you want to get them all ruffled, hot and bothered. Yeah, ask them about sauce or gravy.
Listen, it has been the hot topic on the internet over the last 6 years with the explosion of all the Italian influences.
Italian culture and influencers.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. It's like you said, you want to get people in an uproar, talk about sauce and gravy. Seriously.
It's true. It's so true.
But I'm making sauce, not gravy.
Sauce.
Unless I'm making roast beef, then you'll have gravy.
Then you have gravy because gravy's brown. Don't forget it.
You'll never forget it after I said that.
I really won't.
You'll be like, it's brown because Jen said it. Jen D told me it's fucking brown. So you can't have gravy. It's sauce.
Don't get it twisted. Yeah.
So tell everybody where they can find you, Andrea. Please.
At Andrea Lopez Comedy. It's on Instagram. I don't even know if I'm using TikTok anymore, but you can find me there. And my website is andrealopezcomedy.com. And any new updates will be on Instagram. You can always check on that. Yes. So much fun.
I'm so happy that you came here today.
Thank you. She's my newest impression. So get ready to see Jennifer Delangelo.
You know what's so funny is Rosella does this. Rosella, Rosella.
Oh, yeah.
She impersonates me so much. She's like, whenever I tell people to come over, I go, come over. She goes, come over. Tell them to come over. She impersonates me all the time. I'm like, and everybody on her social media now, because
they know.
No, it's me. They know me. Yeah. And now I have to go on food tours with her because I went on a food tour with her.
Oh, yeah.
And because she posted my whole debauchery of a food tour with her. Absolutely. Falling, eating spleen that I didn't know what it was. Like
she had you eating spleen?
Yeah, she had me eating spleen. Recorded the whole thing.
Okay.
They're like, Jen, if I'm coming on tour with you, on a food tour with you, she has to come.
Yep.
So now I have to come as like the mascot.
I'm obsessed with that.
Of the food tour now. Mascot. So I'm the mascot of the food tour. So now
Delangelo present.
Present. Now I could be the mascot of your show one of these days.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to still tell you to come over and write the script though with me.
I'm there. I'm always the down friend. Like people are like, what kind of friend are you? I'm like, you could ask me to go bowling, or you could ask me to go get a spritz. You could ask me, I'll go pray by your grandmother's side. Like I'm literally down to do everything. So
I love that about you.
Call me up.
You're like my spirit animal.
Jack of all trades.
But you're going to be the master of them all.
Love you so much. Yes.
And I love you.
I try.
I really do. Well, thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you.
And it was so nice for you being my co-host too. So watch the episodes of her as my co-host, of Andrea Lopez as my co-host, which was exciting too.
So much fun.
And I hope to have you back again.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna be like, come over.
Now I know. I got lost. I went to the wrong location because I think that Google Maps. I don't know what year that was from. Probably 1982.
Probably 1990 too. Because it hasn't been in that building for a long time.
I don't know. I showed him completely wrong building. The security guy at the front was like, "Yeah, nobody's asked for that in years." I'm like, "It's not on floor 17." He's like, "Nope." I think
we gotta change that with Google. I have a bone to pick with you, Google.
Now I know the correct location. I will be here next time. I love
it. Yeah. Okay, well, you'll get it. At least now you know where to go. True. Well, thank you again for coming, and everybody, thank you again for tuning in. And please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, Apple, or Spotify, or else I'm coming to get you. Or I won't ask you to come over.